Welcome to First Date Success. Proven Strategies to Make Her Want More, written and published by Maxwell Reed from Attraction Unlocked. First dates hold incredible potential. They can be the start of something meaningful, exciting, and life-changing. Yet, for many men, first dates are a source of anxiety and uncertainty. What should you say? Where should you go? How do you ensure she leaves wanting to see you again? This audiobook is here to eliminate that uncertainty by empowering you with proven strategies to approach first dates with confidence, preparation, and authenticity. Confidence is the foundation of success in dating, but let's address a common myth. Confidence doesn't mean being perfect. Women aren't looking for flawless men, they're looking for genuine connection. True confidence comes from being comfortable in your own skin, embracing who you are, and expressing that authentically. The good news? Confidence is a skill you can build, and this audiobook will show you how. Let me share the story of Marcus, a man who transformed his dating life by learning to approach first dates differently. Marcus used to dread first dates, feeling pressure to impress and fearing rejection. His nerves often led to awkward silences or overcompensating with forced humor. After one particularly disastrous date, he decided it was time for a change. Marcus started focusing on preparation, choosing date settings that felt natural and practicing relaxed conversation. Most importantly, he let go of the need to perform, and instead aimed to connect authentically. On his next date, Marcus noticed a difference immediately. He greeted his date with a warm smile, asked open-ended questions, and shared his own stories without overthinking. When an unexpected mishap occurred, a sudden downpour during their outdoor walk, Marcus turned it into a lighthearted moment, suggesting they race to the nearest cafe for cover. They laughed, bonded over the spontaneity, and ended the date with plans for a second. Marcus realized that success wasn't about perfection, it was about connection. This audiobook is designed to give you practical, actionable tools to create those same moments of connection. From understanding the mindset of a successful first date to mastering conversation, reading her signals, and ending on a high note, you'll learn everything you need to leave her wanting more. Let's dive in and set you up for first date success, turning what might feel like a challenge into an opportunity to build meaningful, lasting connections. Chapter 1. The Confidence Myth. What women really want. Confidence is often hailed as the ultimate attractor, but what does confidence truly mean in the context of dating? Many men fall into the trap of believing stereotypes, assuming that women are drawn to arrogance, wealth, or status. In reality, what women value is far more nuanced. Genuine confidence is rooted in authenticity, self-assurance, and respect. It's not about projecting a larger-than-life persona. It's about being comfortable in your own skin and creating an environment where she feels safe and appreciated. To understand this, let's compare two men, Alex and Jason, who approach confidence in very different ways. Alex walks into a first date exuding what he believes to be confidence. He talks at length about his achievements, interrupts frequently to share his opinions, and makes little effort to get to know his date. While Alex believes he's impressing her, his arrogance is off-putting and leaves no room for connection. Jason, on the other hand, approaches the date with a quiet confidence. He greets her warmly, listens attentively, and shares stories that showcase his personality without coming across as boastful. Instead of trying to dominate the conversation, Jason asks open-ended questions, showing genuine curiosity about her experiences. By the end of the date, she feels heard, valued, and intrigued by his authenticity. Jason's confidence comes from self-assurance, not from a need to prove himself. The difference between arrogance and genuine confidence lies in intention. Arrogance seeks validation. It's about convincing others of your worth. Genuine confidence, however, is self-contained. It's about knowing your value without needing external approval. Women can sense this distinction almost immediately. A confident man doesn't need to oversell himself because his actions, demeanor, and presence speak volumes. Building genuine confidence starts with self-awareness. Take time to understand your strengths and embrace them. What makes you unique? What do you bring to the table? Confidence isn't about being perfect, it's about owning who you are, flaws and all. This level of self-acceptance is magnetic because it creates an aura of authenticity. Women are drawn to men who are comfortable with themselves because it sets the stage for a real connection. Another crucial aspect of confidence is vulnerability. Many men mistakenly believe that showing vulnerability is a sign of weakness. In reality, vulnerability is a hallmark of emotional strength. It demonstrates that you're secure enough to be honest about your experiences, challenges, and emotions. For example, if you're nervous on a first date, admitting it with a smile can humanize you and break the ice. "I have to admit, I was a little nervous before meeting you, but now I'm really glad I came." This kind of openness shows that you're confident in your humanity, not just your accomplishments. Let's not overlook the role of body language in conveying confidence. Your posture, eye contact, and gestures all contribute to the impression you make. Stand tall, maintain an open stance, and avoid fidgeting. When speaking, hold her gaze and smile genuinely. These nonverbal cues signal that you're present, engaged, and self-assured. It's also important to remember that confidence is a skill that grows with practice. If you've struggled with insecurity in the past, don't be discouraged. Every interaction is an opportunity to build your confidence. Start small. Whether it's striking up a conversation with a stranger or speaking up in a group setting, and celebrate your progress along the way. Confidence isn't about never feeling uncertain, it's about stepping forward despite uncertainty. Finally, keep in mind that confidence is as much about how you treat others as it is about how you carry yourself. Women are drawn to men who are kind, respectful, and considerate. Confidence isn't about being the loudest person in the room, it's about creating a space where others feel seen and valued. The myth that women are attracted to arrogance has been debunked time and again. What truly captivates them is a man who radiates genuine confidence, a quiet strength rooted in self-awareness and authenticity. By embracing these qualities, you'll not only make a strong impression on your first dates but also lay the foundation for deeper, more meaningful connections. Let's keep building on this as we continue to unlock the secrets of first date success. Chapter 2. The Foundation of Self-Belief. Confidence begins with self-belief. It's the invisible force that shapes how you see yourself and how others perceive you. At its core, self-belief is built on two pillars: self-awareness and self-acceptance. Together, they form the foundation for authentic confidence, which is essential not just for first dates but for every interaction in your life. Without these, even the best strategies will feel hollow, because true confidence starts from within. Self-awareness is about understanding who you are at your core. It means recognizing your strengths, acknowledging your weaknesses, and embracing the unique traits that make you, you. Take a moment to reflect. What are you good at? What makes you proud? What qualities do people compliment you on? This exercise isn't about arrogance, it's about clarity. When you know your value, you don't need to seek validation from others, and this independence is incredibly attractive. Self-acceptance goes hand in hand with self-awareness. It's not enough to know your qualities, you must also embrace them, imperfections included. Too often, men try to mask their perceived flaws, fearing they'll be judged or rejected. The truth is, perfection isn't relatable, authenticity is. Women are drawn to men who are comfortable with their imperfections because it shows emotional strength. Confidence doesn't mean having all the answers, it means being at peace with who you are, even when you don't. Let me share the story of Ryan, a man who transformed his dating life by building self-belief. Ryan was intelligent, kind, and ambitious, but he struggled with crippling self-doubt. On dates, he would overthink everything, worrying about whether he was saying the right thing or if his date found him attractive. This nervous energy often made his interactions awkward, and he rarely got a second date. After one particularly disheartening experience, Ryan decided it was time to change. Ryan began by focusing on self-awareness. He wrote down his strengths, his sense of humor, his dedication to his work, and his ability to empathize with others. He also acknowledged areas where he wanted to grow, such as his tendency to overthink. Next, he worked on self-acceptance. Instead of berating himself for being nervous, he started viewing it as a natural reaction that he could manage. "It's okay to feel nervous," he told himself. "It just means I care about making a good impression." To reinforce his self-belief, Ryan incorporated practical exercises into his daily routine. He started each morning with positive affirmations, standing in front of the mirror and saying, "I am enough just as I am." He also kept a journal where he recorded small wins, such as completing a project at work or making a new friend. These practices helped him shift his focus from what he lacked to what he already had. Another technique Ryan used was visualization. Before a date, he would spend a few minutes picturing himself walking in confidently, enjoying a great conversation, and ending the night with a smile. This mental rehearsal eased his anxiety and made him feel more prepared. Over time, these small mindset shifts transformed how Ryan saw himself. His dates noticed the change too. His relaxed demeanor and genuine interest made him more approachable and engaging. If you want to build your own self-belief, start with small, actionable steps. One effective exercise is the gratitude mirror. Each evening, look in the mirror and list 3 things you appreciate about yourself. These could be qualities, achievements, or even small acts of kindness you showed that day. This practice trains your mind to focus on the positive, boosting your self-esteem over time. Another strategy is to challenge negative self-talk. When you catch yourself thinking, "I'm not good enough," counter it with evidence to the contrary. Remind yourself of past successes or times when you overcame challenges. This mental reframe helps you see that your doubts are just thoughts, not facts. Engaging in activities that align with your values is another way to strengthen self-belief. Whether it's volunteering, pursuing a hobby, or achieving a fitness goal, these experiences reinforce your sense of purpose and capability. The more you invest in yourself, the more confident you'll feel in sharing your authentic self with others. It's also important to surround yourself with people who uplift and inspire you. Seek out friends and mentors who encourage your growth and challenge you to see your worth. Conversely, distance yourself from relationships that drain your energy or perpetuate self-doubt. Your environment plays a significant role in shaping your mindset. Remember, building self-belief is a journey, not a destination. There will be days when you feel uncertain or insecure, and that's okay. Confidence isn't about eliminating self-doubt, it's about learning to move forward despite it. Each step you take towards self-awareness and self-acceptance brings you closer to the authentic, confident man you're meant to be. By laying this foundation of self-belief, you're not just preparing for first dates, you're transforming how you approach life. Women are drawn to men who radiate quiet confidence because it creates a sense of stability and trust. Let's continue this journey, building on this foundation as we unlock the secrets to first date success. If you're enjoying this audiobook so far, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more insightful content. That means a lot to us. Now let's get back to it. Chapter 3. Mastering Body Language. Confidence without words. Your body speaks before you do. In fact, research shows that nonverbal cues account for the majority of communication. On a first date, your posture, eye contact, and movements can reveal your confidence, or lack of it, before you even say a word. Mastering body language isn't about becoming someone you're not, it's about aligning your physical presence with your inner confidence to project approachability, openness, and self-assurance. Posture is the foundation of confident body language. Picture a man walking into a room with his shoulders slouched, head down, and hands in his pockets. Now imagine another man standing tall, shoulders back, chest slightly lifted, and head held high. The second man exudes confidence and approachability, while the first seems unsure and closed off. Your posture not only affects how others perceive you but also how you feel about yourself. Standing or sitting upright signals that you're comfortable and self-assured, which instantly sets a positive tone for the interaction. Eye contact is equally powerful. Maintaining steady eye contact shows that you're present, attentive, and unafraid to connect. Avoid staring. It can feel intimidating, but also resist the urge to let your eyes dart around nervously. A natural rhythm of looking into her eyes while speaking, occasionally glancing away to think, and returning, creates intimacy without discomfort. When you're listening, let your gaze rest on her eyes or face, reinforcing that you're engaged in the conversation. Movement and gestures also play a key role in how you're perceived. Confident men move with intention and fluidity. Fidgeting, rapid movements, or overly stiff gestures can signal nervousness or discomfort. Instead, aim for calm, deliberate actions. When walking, take measured steps. When gesturing, keep your movements natural and open. Open gestures, such as keeping your hands visible and relaxed, signal trust and approachability, while closed-off movements, like crossing your arms, can create distance. To project openness and approachability, pay attention to how you position yourself. When sitting or standing, angle your body slightly toward her rather than directly facing or turning away. This subtle shift creates a sense of connection without feeling overly intense. Leaning in slightly when she's speaking shows interest, but be mindful of maintaining personal space to ensure she feels comfortable. Let's explore how subtle changes in body language can transform a first impression. Ethan, a reserved but thoughtful man, often struggled on first dates because his body language didn't reflect his personality. He tended to sit with his arms crossed, avoided eye contact, and tapped his foot nervously. Despite having great conversational skills, his dates often felt disconnected, sensing his unease. Determined to improve, Ethan decided to work on his body language. He started by practicing good posture daily, reminding himself to sit and stand tall. He also worked on maintaining steady eye contact during conversations with friends to build comfort. Before his next date, Ethan took a few deep breaths to relax and consciously reminded himself to keep his arms open and his gestures natural. The results were immediate. On his next date, Ethan's relaxed posture, consistent eye contact, and open gestures made a significant difference. His date commented on how easy he was to talk to, and their conversation flowed naturally. Ethan realized that his body language had been holding him back, and by aligning it with his true self, he could create a more authentic connection. Improving your body language doesn't happen overnight, but small, consistent efforts can yield dramatic results. Start by paying attention to your posture throughout the day. Whether you're standing in line, sitting at your desk, or walking down the street, practice keeping your shoulders back, chest open, and head held high. This habit not only improves your appearance but also boosts your confidence. Another practical tip is to use a mirror or record yourself to observe your gestures and movements. Notice if you tend to fidget, cross your arms, or make overly large gestures. Once you identify these habits, work on replacing them with calmer, more open movements. For example, if you're prone to tapping your foot, try grounding yourself by keeping both feet firmly on the floor. Smiling is one of the simplest yet most effective ways to convey approachability. A warm, genuine smile signals friendliness and puts others at ease. Practice smiling naturally by thinking of a happy memory or focusing on something you genuinely enjoy. Avoid forcing a smile, as it can come across as insincere. Remember, your eyes play a big role in a genuine smile. They should reflect the warmth you're trying to convey. To refine your eye contact, practice in low-pressure situations, like greeting a cashier or chatting with a coworker. Gradually increase the duration of your gaze, aiming for a balance between attentiveness and natural breaks. On a date, pair your eye contact with active listening cues, like nodding or mirroring her expressions, to reinforce your engagement. Relaxation techniques can also help if you feel tense or nervous. Deep breathing, stretching, or even shaking out your arms before the date can release physical tension, making your movements appear more fluid and natural. The more relaxed you feel, the more confident your body language will appear. Finally, remember that body language is a two-way street. Pay attention to her nonverbal cues as well. If she's leaning in, mirroring your gestures, or maintaining eye contact, it's a sign she's engaged and comfortable. Adjust your own body language to match her energy, creating a sense of harmony and connection. Mastering body language is about more than just looking confident. It's about creating an environment where connection can flourish. When your posture, eye contact, and movements align with your words, you project authenticity and self-assurance. These nonverbal cues set the stage for a successful first date, leaving her with a lasting impression of your confidence and approachability. Let's continue building on these strategies as we dive deeper into unlocking first date success. Chapter 4. The Power of Your Voice. Your voice is one of your most powerful tools in creating connection and leaving a lasting impression. How you speak, Your tone, pace, and articulation directly impacts how your confidence is perceived. Even with the right words, a shaky or rushed delivery can undermine your message. On the flip side, a calm, steady voice commands attention and conveys self-assurance. Mastering vocal presence can elevate your first dates and make your interactions more engaging and memorable. Tone is the emotional color of your voice. A warm, steady tone signals approachability and confidence, while a monotone delivery can come across as uninterested or robotic. Avoid speaking too softly, which may make you seem hesitant, or too loudly, which might feel overbearing. A balanced, conversational tone helps her feel at ease and creates a natural flow in the conversation. Think of your tone as an invitation. It should encourage her to relax and open up. Pace is equally important. Speaking too quickly can make you seem anxious or rushed, while speaking too slowly can come across as uncertain or boring. Aim for a measured pace that allows your words to land with impact. Pausing briefly between sentences or before important points not only adds emphasis but also gives her time to process what you're saying. A comfortable pace exudes confidence and makes you easier to engage with. Articulation, the clarity of your speech, further shapes how your voice is received. Mumbling or slurring words can make you seem unsure of yourself, while crisp, deliberate enunciation projects authority. This doesn't mean over-enunciating to the point of sounding unnatural. Rather, focus on speaking clearly and deliberately. Think of it as giving each word its moment to shine, ensuring your message is understood without effort on her part. Let's look at the story of Liam, a man who learned to harness the power of his voice to connect more effectively. Liam had always been self-conscious about his speaking style. On dates, he spoke quickly, stumbled over his words, and struggled to hold his date's attention. One night, after yet another awkward interaction, Liam decided to take control of his communication skills. He started by recording himself speaking and listening to the playback. While uncomfortable at first, this exercise helped him identify areas for improvement. Liam began practicing speaking at a slower pace, focusing on clarity and pausing for effect. He also worked on varying his tone to add warmth and energy to his voice. Before his next date, Liam practiced deep breathing exercises to calm his nerves and ensure a steady vocal delivery. The results were transformative. His date commented on how easy he was to talk to, and their conversation flowed naturally. Liam's newfound vocal presence helped him create a connection that felt effortless and genuine. To enhance your vocal presence, start with breath control. Your voice is powered by your breath, so learning to breathe deeply and steadily is crucial. Practice diaphragmatic breathing by inhaling deeply through your nose, letting your stomach expand, and exhaling slowly through your mouth. This technique not only improves vocal control but also reduces anxiety, helping you feel more grounded. Projection is another key element. Speak from your diaphragm rather than your throat, allowing your voice to carry naturally. Imagine your voice reaching the back of the room without shouting. This creates a sense of confidence and ensures you're easily heard, even in louder environments. Practicing this in front of a mirror or with a friend can help you fine-tune your delivery. To improve tone, experiment with adding warmth and variety to your voice. Avoid monotony by emphasizing key words or phrases and allowing your pitch to rise and fall naturally. For instance, when sharing an exciting story, let your tone reflect the enthusiasm you feel. When discussing something serious, let your pitch lower slightly for added gravity. This dynamic range keeps the listener engaged and enhances the emotional impact of your words. Articulation can be improved through deliberate practice. Try tongue twisters or reading aloud to train your mouth to move fluidly and precisely. Focus on opening your mouth fully when speaking and avoiding lazy or rushed pronunciation. If you find certain words challenging, practice them until they feel natural. Another effective technique is visualization. Before a date, imagine yourself speaking confidently, your voice steady and engaging. Picture her smiling and responding warmly to your words. Visualization helps prime your mind for success, reducing nervousness and boosting your self-assurance. Finally, remember that vocal presence isn't just about speaking, it's also about listening. A confident communicator knows when to pause and give the other person space to share. Active listening, paired with thoughtful responses, creates a balanced and engaging dialogue. Your voice should invite conversation, not dominate it. Your voice is a reflection of your inner confidence. When you master its tone, pace, and articulation, you project a self-assured presence that's impossible to ignore. These vocal skills enhance not only your first dates but also every interaction you have, leaving a positive and lasting impression. Let's continue building on these tools as we explore more strategies for first date success. Chapter 5. Overcoming the fear of rejection. Rejection is one of the most feared aspects of dating, yet it's an inevitable part of the journey. The way you handle rejection says far more about your confidence and character than any smooth pickup line ever could. Instead of viewing rejection as a failure, reframe it as a stepping stone, a necessary experience that brings you closer to genuine connection. When you learn to embrace rejection as part of the process, you strip it of its power to intimidate and use it as fuel for growth. To begin, it's important to understand that rejection isn't personal. Attraction is subjective, and a no doesn't mean you're not worthy or desirable. It simply means there wasn't a match in that particular situation. By detaching your self-worth from the outcome, you can approach dating with a healthier mindset. Confidence comes from knowing that your value isn't determined by someone else's opinion. It's something you carry within yourself. Let's explore the story of Jake, a man who transformed his fear of rejection into resilience and eventual success. Jake was no stranger to rejection. In fact, it seemed to follow him wherever he went. Every time a woman declined his invitation for a second date or ghosted him after an initial meeting, Jake internalized it as a reflection of his inadequacy. Over time, his confidence plummeted, and he found himself avoiding dating altogether. One day, a close friend challenged Jake to change his perspective. "What if rejection isn't about you at all?" his friend asked. "What if it's just a filter to help you find the right person?" That question planted a seed in Jake's mind, and he decided to experiment with reframing rejection as a learning opportunity. On his next date, Jake approached the interaction with curiosity rather than fear. He focused on being authentic and present, letting go of the pressure to impress. The date didn't lead to a second meeting, but for the first time, Jake didn't feel defeated. Instead, he reflected on what went well and what he could improve. Over the next few months, Jake continued to date with this new mindset. He started to notice patterns. Certain conversational topics resonated better, and his relaxed energy seemed to make a difference. Eventually, Jake met Sarah. Their connection felt effortless, and their shared humor and interests sparked a relationship that grew quickly. Jake realized that every rejection he'd faced had prepared him for this moment. By embracing rejection as part of the process, he had developed the confidence and self-awareness needed to foster a meaningful connection. Practical strategies can help you reframe and manage rejection in your own dating life. The first step is to shift your focus from outcomes to experiences. Instead of obsessing over whether a date will lead to a second meeting, approach it as an opportunity to learn and grow. Each interaction teaches you something about yourself and what you're looking for in a partner. By viewing dating as a journey rather than a destination, you'll find it easier to stay resilient. Another strategy is to celebrate your courage. Rejection can only occur if you put yourself out there, and that alone is a win. Each time you take a risk, whether it's starting a conversation, asking someone out, or trying something new, you're building confidence and expanding your comfort zone. Remind yourself that bravery isn't about avoiding rejection, it's about showing up despite the possibility of it. Practicing self-compassion is also crucial. When you experience rejection, it's natural to feel disappointed or hurt. Allow yourself to feel those emotions without judgment, but don't let them define you. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a friend in a similar situation. Acknowledge your efforts and remind yourself that rejection is a normal part of life. Visualization can be a powerful tool for building resilience. Imagine yourself handling rejection gracefully, thanking the other person for their honesty, walking away with your head held high, and reflecting on the experience with positivity. This mental rehearsal trains your brain to respond with confidence and composure when faced with real-life rejection. Another effective technique is to redefine success. Instead of measuring success by the outcome of each interaction, measure it by your effort and authenticity. Did you show up as your true self? Did you engage with curiosity and respect? If so, you've succeeded, regardless of the other person's response. Surrounding yourself with a supportive environment can also make a big difference. Share your experiences with trusted friends who uplift and encourage you. Their perspective can help you see rejection as a stepping stone rather than a setback. They might even offer valuable insights or feedback that helps you grow. Finally, remember that rejection is a filter. It's not about your worth, it's about compatibility. Each rejection brings you one step closer to finding someone who truly aligns with your values, interests, and personality. By embracing this mindset, you'll find that rejection feels less personal and more like a natural part of the dating process. Overcoming the fear of rejection takes time and practice, but the rewards are worth it. When you learn to handle rejection with grace and resilience, you free yourself to date with confidence and authenticity. Every no becomes a stepping stone toward the connection you're seeking, and each experience adds to your growth and self-assurance. Let's continue this journey as we unlock more strategies for first date success. Chapter 6. Becoming a great conversationalist. A great conversation is the heart of any successful first date. It's the bridge that turns strangers into potential partners, fostering connection and curiosity. The good news is that being a great conversationalist isn't about having a silver tongue or endless topics to discuss. It's about creating a space where both people feel valued, heard, and understood. By focusing on authentic curiosity, active listening, and meaningful dialogue, you can leave a lasting impression that goes beyond words. Starting a conversation can feel daunting, but a simple, genuine opener is often all it takes to break the ice. Begin with something light and contextual, like commenting on the atmosphere or asking about her interests. If you're at a coffee shop, try, "What's your go-to drink here? I'm always indecisive about these menus." Or, "This place has a great vibe. Do you come here often?" Open-ended questions like these invite her to share more about herself, setting the stage for a flowing dialogue. Once the conversation is underway, the art of maintaining it lies in active listening. This means not only hearing her words but also showing that you're engaged. Nodding, maintaining eye contact, and offering affirmations like, "That's interesting," or "Tell me more about that," create a rhythm that encourages her to open up further. Avoid interrupting or jumping in with your own stories too quickly. Give her the space to express herself fully before responding. Asking meaningful questions is a surefire way to keep the conversation engaging. Avoid overly generic questions like, "What do you do for work?" Instead, dig deeper with prompts that allow her to share her passions and experiences. For example, "What's the most rewarding part of what you do?" Or, "If you could travel anywhere tomorrow, where would you go?" These questions not only keep the conversation flowing but also help you discover shared interests and values. Let me share the story of Sam, a man who transformed his dating experiences by mastering conversational skills. Sam used to struggle on dates because he approached conversations like a checklist. He asked predictable questions, gave short responses, and rarely delved deeper. His dates often ended with polite smiles but little enthusiasm for a follow-up. Determined to improve, Sam decided to focus on authenticity and curiosity. On his next date, when his date mentioned her love for hiking, Sam didn't just nod. He asked, "What's the most beautiful trail you've ever been on, and what made it special?" Her face lit up as she described a sunrise hike that left her in awe. Their conversation flowed effortlessly from there, as Sam continued to ask thoughtful questions and share his own outdoor experiences. By the end of the evening, his date said, "I haven't laughed and talked like this in ages." Sam's genuine curiosity had turned what could have been another average date into a memorable one. To steer conversations effectively, aim for balance. A great conversation isn't one-sided, it's a dance of give and take. Share your own thoughts, stories, and perspectives, but always circle back to her. For instance, if she shares a funny anecdote, you might respond with, "That reminds me of something similar that happened to me last year," and then follow up with, "Has anything like that ever happened to you again?" Humor can be a powerful conversational tool. A playful comment or lighthearted observation can break tension and create a sense of camaraderie. For example, if the restaurant's menu is particularly elaborate, you could joke, "This place takes describing pasta to an entirely new level, it's like a novel." Humor shows that you're relaxed and confident, but be mindful to keep it positive and avoid anything that could come across as critical or awkward. Body language also plays a crucial role in effective conversations. Keep an open posture, face her directly, and lean in slightly to show interest. Avoid crossing your arms, looking around the room, or checking your phone, as these actions can signal disinterest. Your nonverbal cues should reinforce the words you're saying, creating an atmosphere of attentiveness and warmth. Navigating pauses is another important skill. Silence isn't something to fear, it's a natural part of any dialogue. Instead of rushing to fill every gap, use pauses as opportunities to reflect on what she's said or to introduce a new topic. A simple comment like, "I was just thinking about what you said earlier about traveling. It sounds like you've had some incredible adventures," can seamlessly transition the conversation. Ending the conversation on a high note is just as important as starting it. As the date winds down, summarize a highlight of your conversation to show that you were engaged. For example, "I really enjoyed hearing about your hiking stories. It's inspired me to explore some new trails myself." This leaves her with a sense of connection and appreciation. Becoming a great conversationalist isn't about impressing her with clever lines or dominating the dialogue. It's about being present, curious, and genuinely interested in her as a person. When you approach conversations with this mindset, you create a space for connection that lingers long after the date ends. Let's continue exploring more strategies for mastering first date success. If you're enjoying this audiobook so far, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more insightful content. That means a lot to us. Now let's get back to it. Chapter 7. Dressing the Part. Style and Grooming for Confidence. Your appearance speaks before you do. The way you present yourself can set the tone for a first date, communicating confidence, attention to detail, and respect for the occasion. While your personality and character ultimately matter most, personal style and grooming are powerful tools that can enhance your attractiveness and make you feel more self-assured. Dressing the part isn't about following trends, it's about creating a look that aligns with who you are and effortlessly impresses. Style is an extension of your personality. It's not about wearing expensive clothes or adopting the latest fads, but about finding a look that makes you feel comfortable and confident. Fit is the most crucial element. Clothes that fit well instantly elevate your appearance. Baggy, oversized outfits can make you seem careless, while overly tight clothing may come across as trying too hard. A well-fitted blazer, a crisp button-down shirt, and tailored jeans or chinos are versatile staples that work for most first-date scenarios. Grooming is equally essential. Cleanliness and attention to detail signal that you value yourself and the effort you're putting into the date. Regular haircuts, a trimmed beard, if applicable, and well-maintained skin show that you're mindful of your appearance. These small touches make a significant impact, leaving an impression of polish and care. Let's consider the story of Dan, a man who discovered the transformative power of personal style and grooming. Dan was a software engineer who prided himself on his skills but often neglected his appearance. His wardrobe consisted mostly of oversized hoodies and sneakers, and he didn't pay much attention to grooming. While Dan was a kind and intelligent man, his casual presentation often left first dates feeling underwhelmed. One day, a friend gently suggested that Dan try updating his style. At first, Dan was hesitant. He didn't think his appearance mattered as much as his personality. But after some persuasion, he decided to give it a shot. He visited a stylist who helped him choose a few versatile pieces: dark jeans, fitted shirts, and a leather jacket that suited his frame. Dan also upgraded his grooming routine, investing in a good haircut and starting a simple skincare regimen. The change was immediate. On his next date, Dan walked in feeling more confident than ever. His date complimented his look within minutes, and their conversation flowed effortlessly. Dan realized that his improved appearance not only impressed her but also gave him a boost in self-assurance that positively affected his demeanor. By the end of the night, he had secured plans for a second date. Dan's experience showed him that style and grooming aren't superficial, they're tools that help you put your best foot forward. Creating a style that works for you starts with understanding your preferences and the context of the date. Think about the location and activity. A casual coffee date might call for smart casual attire, like a fitted shirt and clean sneakers, while a dinner date may require something more formal, like a blazer and dress shoes. Choose clothes that match the occasion while reflecting your personality. If you're unsure, it's better to slightly overdress than to appear underdressed. It shows effort and respect for her time. Accessories can also elevate your look. A classic watch, a leather belt, or a well-chosen pair of shoes can add sophistication without overwhelming your outfit. Avoid overdoing it. Simplicity often speaks louder than bold statements. The goal is to look put together and intentional. Fragrance is another detail that can leave a lasting impression. A subtle, well-chosen cologne can enhance your presence, but moderation is key. A light application to your pulse points, wrists and neck is enough to create an inviting aura. Choose a scent that complements your personality, whether it's fresh and clean or warm and woody. To maintain good grooming, establish a routine that works for you. Clean, trimmed nails, fresh breath, and moisturized skin may seem like small details, but they make a significant impact. A simple skincare routine, cleansing and moisturizing daily, can keep your complexion healthy and glowing, reinforcing the impression of attentiveness. Confidence in your appearance also comes from feeling comfortable in your clothes. If you're trying something new, wear it a few times before the date to ensure you feel natural. Confidence shines when you're not distracted by adjusting your outfit or worrying about how you look. Ultimately, dressing the part isn't about trying to be someone you're not, it's about presenting the best version of yourself. When your style and grooming align with your personality, you create a cohesive impression that's both attractive and authentic. Women appreciate men who put effort into their appearance because it shows self-respect and a desire to make a positive impression. The power of personal style and grooming lies in their ability to enhance not just how others see you, but also how you see yourself. When you look good, you feel good, and that energy is contagious. By dressing the part, you set the stage for a successful first date, projecting confidence and charisma from the moment you walk in. Let's continue building on this foundation as we explore more strategies for first date success. Chapter 8. Cultivating a positive mindset. A positive mindset is the foundation of confidence, shaping how you approach challenges, relationships, and opportunities. In dating, optimism and gratitude can transform your outlook, making you more resilient, approachable, and magnetic. By managing self-doubt and replacing negative thoughts with empowering beliefs, you create an inner environment that sets you up for success on every first date. Optimism begins with reframing your perspective. Instead of focusing on what could go wrong, shift your attention to what could go right. This doesn't mean ignoring potential challenges. It means choosing to approach situations with a belief in positive outcomes. When you expect good things, you naturally exude confidence and attract positivity. Women are drawn to men who radiate hope and energy because it creates a sense of possibility and excitement. Gratitude amplifies this effect by helping you focus on what's already going well in your life. Take a moment to reflect on your strengths, accomplishments, and the people who support you. Gratitude isn't just about appreciating the big things. It's about recognizing the small moments, like a good conversation or a kind gesture. When you regularly practice gratitude, you cultivate a mindset that's grounded in abundance rather than lack. Let's explore how shifting from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset can change your dating experience. Alex, a driven but self-critical man, often approached dating with a sense of scarcity. He believed that every missed connection or rejection was a lost opportunity, leaving him anxious and frustrated. His fear of failure caused him to overthink every interaction, which made his dates feel forced and unnatural. After a particularly disheartening experience, Alex decided to challenge his mindset. He started by practicing gratitude, writing down 3 things he was thankful for each day. Over time, this simple habit helped him realize how much he already had to offer. He also began viewing rejection differently, not as a failure, but as a natural part of the process that brought him closer to the right match. On his next date, Alex approached the evening with a sense of curiosity and openness. Instead of worrying about whether she liked him, he focused on enjoying the moment and learning about her. This shift in mindset made him more relaxed and genuine, which his date immediately noticed. They connected effortlessly, and by the end of the night, both were excited to see each other again. Alex realized that his abundance mindset had unlocked a new level of confidence and ease. To cultivate a positive mindset, start by challenging negative self-talk. When you catch yourself thinking, "I'm not good enough," or "she'll never be interested," replace those thoughts with affirmations like, "I have a lot to offer," or "this is an opportunity to connect." These shifts may feel awkward at first, but over time, they retrain your brain to think more constructively. Visualization is another powerful tool. Before a date, take a few minutes to picture yourself walking in confidently, enjoying great conversation, and leaving with a smile. Visualization helps you prepare mentally and reinforces a sense of control over your experience. The more vividly you imagine positive outcomes, the more your brain aligns with those possibilities. Mindfulness can also help manage self-doubt. Practicing mindfulness involves staying present and observing your thoughts without judgment. If you start to feel nervous or overwhelmed, take a deep breath and bring your focus back to the moment. This practice reduces anxiety and allows you to respond calmly and confidently, even in challenging situations. Surrounding yourself with positivity is equally important. Spend time with friends and mentors who encourage and inspire you. Their support and perspective can help you see yourself in a more empowering light. Conversely, limit interactions with people who perpetuate negativity or self-doubt. Your environment plays a significant role in shaping your mindset. Another technique for cultivating positivity is to set small, achievable goals. Each time you accomplish something, whether it's starting a conversation, trying a new activity, or stepping out of your comfort zone, you build confidence and momentum. Celebrate these wins, no matter how minor they may seem, as they're evidence of your growth. It's also helpful to adopt a long-term perspective. Dating is a journey, not a race. Each interaction, whether successful or not, contributes to your personal development and helps you refine what you're looking for. When you approach dating with patience and curiosity, you remove the pressure to get it right every time and allow yourself to enjoy the process. Finally, embrace the idea that positivity is a choice. Life will always have challenges, but you have the power to decide how you respond to them. By choosing optimism and gratitude, you create a foundation of confidence that carries you through both successes and setbacks. A positive mindset is a game changer in dating. It not only enhances your interactions but also transforms how you view yourself and your journey. When you approach each date with optimism, gratitude, and self-belief, you radiate an energy that's irresistible. Let's continue building on these strategies as we unlock more secrets to first date success. Chapter 9. The role of humor in attraction. Humor is one of the most effective tools for building attraction and creating a memorable connection. Laughter bridges gaps, diffuses tension, and sets the tone for an enjoyable interaction. When used naturally, humor demonstrates confidence and charisma, making you more approachable and engaging. It's not about being a stand-up comedian, it's about using humor to create a sense of ease and shared enjoyment. Humor works because it taps into shared emotions. A well-placed joke or playful comment can turn a potentially awkward moment into a bonding experience. Imagine this scenario. You accidentally knock over your glass of water during a date. Instead of awkwardly apologizing, you grin and say, "Well, I've always been told I know how to make a splash." This lighthearted response shifts the focus from the mishap to shared laughter, instantly breaking the tension. Let me share the story of David, a man who used humor to save an otherwise awkward first date. David had been looking forward to meeting Rachel, but the conversation at dinner felt stiff. Both were nervous, and silences were starting to drag. Midway through the meal, David's fork slipped off the table. Instead of fumbling to recover, he quipped, clearly, "My fork wanted to make an exit." Guess it wasn't enjoying the date. Rachel laughed, and the mood immediately lightened. From that moment, their conversation flowed more naturally, and they both left the evening feeling connected. David's ability to laugh at himself turned an uncomfortable situation into a shared moment of humor that brought them closer. To use humor effectively, focus on being authentic. Forced jokes or rehearsed punchlines can feel awkward or insincere. Instead, Look for opportunities to find humor in the moment. Observational humor. Commenting on something light or funny about your surroundings is often the easiest and most natural way to engage. For example, if the waiter introduces a dish with an overly elaborate description, you might say, "I didn't realize my meal needed a resume." Self-deprecating humor can also be a powerful tool, as long as it's used sparingly and strategically. A lighthearted comment about a minor flaw, like, "I can't believe I got lost on my way here. I'd get lost in my own neighborhood," shows that you don't take yourself too seriously. However, avoid making jokes that might come across as overly critical of yourself, as this could undermine your confidence. The key to successful humor is timing. Pay attention to the flow of the conversation and the mood of the moment. If your date is sharing something serious or heartfelt, it's not the right time to crack a joke. On the other hand, a lull in the conversation or a shared observation can be the perfect opportunity to inject some lightheartedness. Humor should feel effortless and enhance the interaction, not interrupt it. It's also important to consider your audience. Humor is subjective, and what works for one person might not resonate with another. Start with playful, inoffensive humor that sets a positive tone, and gauge her response. If she laughs and engages, you'll know you're on the right track. If not, adjust your approach and steer the conversation in a different direction. Avoid humor that could be seen as offensive or divisive. Steer clear of jokes about sensitive topics or anything that could make your date uncomfortable. The goal is to create connection, not controversy. Stick to light, inclusive humor that fosters a sense of camaraderie. Humor also enhances your confidence. When you make someone laugh, it reinforces your ability to connect and creates a positive feedback loop. Each shared laugh builds rapport, making both of you feel more at ease. Confidence and humor go hand in hand, as they both signal that you're comfortable in your own skin and capable of navigating social interactions with ease. If humor doesn't come naturally to you, don't worry. Like any skill, it can be developed with practice. Start by noticing what makes you laugh in everyday life, funny observations, witty comments, or playful exchanges with friends. Pay attention to how others use humor to create connection, and incorporate similar techniques into your interactions. The more you practice, the more natural it will feel. Body language plays a role in delivering humor effectively. Pair a playful comment with a smile or a light chuckle to signal that your intent is friendly. Avoid delivering jokes with a flat tone or serious expression, as this can create confusion. Your demeanor should match the lighthearted nature of your humor, reinforcing its authenticity. Finally, remember that humor is a tool, not a crutch. It's meant to enhance the interaction, not dominate it. A balance of humor and sincerity creates a well-rounded connection, showing that you can be both fun and genuine. When used thoughtfully, humor leaves a lasting impression, making your date feel comfortable, entertained, and excited to spend more time with you. The role of humor in attraction can't be overstated. It's a powerful way to break down barriers, create shared experiences, and showcase your confidence. By using humor naturally and thoughtfully, you'll make your dates more enjoyable and memorable, leaving a lasting impression that sets the stage for future connections. Let's continue building on these strategies as we unlock more secrets to first date success. Chapter 10. Social Skills and Expanding Your Circle. Building strong social skills is one of the most effective ways to enhance your dating life. Confidence in social settings isn't something you're born with. It's a skill developed through varied interactions and consistent practice. By cultivating sociability and expanding your social circle, you create more opportunities for connection, making it easier to meet potential partners and thrive in dating. Social confidence starts with small, manageable steps. You don't need to transform into the life of the party overnight. Start by engaging with the people around you in everyday situations. Smile and greet your barista. Strike up a conversation with a coworker, or compliment a stranger on their outfit. These low-pressure interactions help you practice initiating conversations, reading social cues, and building rapport. Let's explore the story of Ben, a naturally shy man who learned to embrace sociability. Ben had always avoided large gatherings, preferring to stay in his comfort zone of familiar faces and routines. While he longed to improve his dating life, his shyness held him back. After months of frustration, Ben decided to make a change. He started small, challenging himself to speak to one new person each day. Sometimes it was a quick comment at the grocery store, other times, it was a longer chat at the gym. Over time, these interactions built Ben's confidence. He noticed that people responded positively to his efforts, which encouraged him to take bigger steps. He joined a local book club and began attending community events, where he met new friends and expanded his network. Through one of these connections, Ben was introduced to someone who would later become his girlfriend. Ben's transformation wasn't about becoming extroverted, it was about showing up, practicing, and embracing the discomfort of growth. An active social life enhances your dating opportunities in several ways. First, it increases your exposure to potential partners. The more you engage with different groups, the more likely you are to meet someone who shares your interests and values. Second, it hones your communication skills. Regular social interactions help you practice everything from small talk to deep conversations, making you more comfortable and charismatic on dates. Third, it enriches your life, giving you more stories, experiences, and perspectives to share. To expand your social circle, look for activities and communities that align with your interests. Whether it's a hiking group, a cooking class, or a networking event, shared interests create natural opportunities for connection. When you're surrounded by people who enjoy the same activities, conversations flow more easily, and building relationships feels effortless. These environments are also great for practicing your social skills in a supportive, low-stakes setting. When engaging socially, focus on being genuinely interested in others. People are drawn to those who show curiosity about their thoughts, experiences, and opinions. Ask open-ended questions, actively listen to their responses, and find common ground. Avoid dominating conversations or steering them solely toward your interests. A balanced exchange creates a sense of mutual respect and connection. Body language plays a crucial role in social interactions. Maintain an open posture, make eye contact, and offer a genuine smile to signal approachability. Small gestures, like nodding or mirroring the other person's expressions, can reinforce your engagement and create a sense of rapport. Your nonverbal cues should align with your words, showing that you're present and interested. If large gatherings feel overwhelming, start with smaller, more intimate settings. A dinner party with a few friends or a casual meetup with a shared interest group can provide a more comfortable space to practice your social skills. These environments often allow for deeper conversations, helping you build confidence in a less intimidating way. Balancing quality and quantity in your social circle is also important. While meeting new people is valuable, focus on cultivating relationships with those who uplift and inspire you. Surrounding yourself with positive influences reinforces your confidence and creates a supportive network. These connections not only enhance your dating life but also enrich your overall well-being. To maintain momentum, set achievable goals for yourself. For example, aim to attend one social event each week or initiate 3 new conversations during your outings. Celebrate your progress. Even if it feels small, every step you take builds your confidence and strengthens your skills. Finally, embrace the process of growth. Social confidence isn't about being perfect. It's about being willing to show up, take risks, and learn from each interaction. Mistakes and awkward moments are natural parts of the journey. Instead of fearing them, view them as opportunities to refine your approach and build resilience. By developing your social skills and expanding your circle, you create a foundation for deeper connections and greater opportunities in dating. Each interaction becomes a chance to practice, grow, and discover more about yourself and the people around you. Let's continue this journey, building on these strategies to unlock first date success. Chapter 11. The confidence to be vulnerable. Confidence isn't about always having the perfect answer or projecting an image of invulnerability. True confidence is the ability to show up as your authentic self, imperfections and all. Vulnerability, often mistaken for weakness, is actually a profound strength. It's the foundation of meaningful connections, allowing trust and intimacy to flourish. When you're willing to be open and honest, you invite others to do the same, creating a space for deeper relationships to grow. Vulnerability begins with authenticity. Women aren't looking for perfection, they're looking for realness. Pretending to have it all together may impress temporarily, but it rarely leads to a genuine connection. When you share your true self, including your fears, dreams, and flaws, you demonstrate emotional strength and self-awareness. This level of openness creates trust, showing that you're comfortable enough to let her see who you are. Let's look at the story of Matt, a man who discovered the power of vulnerability through his own dating journey. Matt had always been self-conscious about his career. He worked in a creative field he loved, but it wasn't as financially lucrative as some of his peers' jobs. On dates, he would downplay his passion, often avoiding the topic altogether. This approach left him feeling disconnected, and his dates sensed that he wasn't being entirely genuine. After a string of unfulfilling dates, Matt decided to change his approach. On his next outing, when the conversation turned to careers, he admitted, "I work in theater production. It's something I've loved since I was a kid. It's not the most glamorous job, but it brings me a lot of joy." His date's reaction surprised him. She smiled and said, "That's amazing. I've always admired people who follow their passions." The rest of the evening flowed effortlessly, and they discovered a shared love for the arts. By embracing vulnerability, Matt not only connected on a deeper level but also found someone who appreciated him for who he truly was. To share your true self without fear of judgment, start by practicing self-acceptance. Confidence grows when you embrace your imperfections instead of hiding them. Remind yourself that everyone has flaws and insecurities. It's part of being human. When you accept yourself, you remove the fear of how others might perceive you. A powerful strategy is to reframe vulnerability as courage. Sharing something personal, like a challenge you've overcome or a fear you're working through, takes bravery. For example, admitting that you're nervous on a date can break the ice and make you more relatable. Saying, "I have to admit, I was a little nervous about meeting you, but I'm really glad I came," shows both honesty and confidence. It's also important to share selectively. Vulnerability doesn't mean spilling your entire life story on the first date. It's about revealing layers over time. Start with light, personal anecdotes that give her a glimpse into your personality. As trust builds, you can share more deeply, creating a natural progression of openness. Active listening plays a significant role in vulnerability. When your date shares something personal, respond with empathy and curiosity. For example, if she talks about a difficult decision she had to make, say, "That must have been a tough choice. What helped you get through it?" This not only deepens the conversation but also signals that you're willing to meet her emotional openness with your own. Body language can also enhance your vulnerability. An open posture, steady eye contact, and genuine smiles convey warmth and receptiveness. Avoid crossing your arms or fidgeting, as these actions can create a barrier. Your nonverbal cues should align with your words, reinforcing your authenticity. If fear of judgment holds you back, remember that rejection isn't a reflection of your worth. Not everyone will resonate with your authenticity, and that's okay. Confidence comes from knowing that being true to yourself is more important than trying to please everyone. When you lead with vulnerability, you attract people who value and appreciate you for who you are. Another way to embrace vulnerability is by sharing your passions and dreams. Talk about what excites you, even if it feels personal or niche. Whether it's a hobby, a goal, or a cause you care about, sharing your enthusiasm invites her to see what drives you. Passion is contagious, and it often leads to deeper connections. Finally, recognize that vulnerability is a two-way street. As you open up, encourage her to do the same by creating a judgment-free environment. Respond to her honesty with kindness and respect, reinforcing that her openness is valued. This mutual exchange builds trust and fosters a sense of emotional safety. The confidence to be vulnerable transforms not only your dating life but also how you approach relationships as a whole. It allows you to connect on a deeper level, creating bonds that are genuine and lasting. By embracing your imperfections and sharing your true self, you open the door to meaningful connections that go far beyond surface-level interactions. Let's continue exploring the tools that will set you up for first date success. Chapter 12. Crafting a magnetic first date. The first date is your opportunity to create a lasting impression and set the tone for a potential connection. A magnetic first date doesn't require lavish gestures or over-the-top plans. Instead, it's about thoughtful preparation, genuine confidence, and the ability to adapt to the moment. By focusing on these elements, you can ensure your date is both memorable and meaningful. Planning begins with choosing the right setting. The location of your date should be conducive to conversation and aligned with her interests. A quiet cafe, a scenic park, or an engaging activity like a gallery visit are great options. The key is to select an environment where you can interact naturally and without distractions. For example, a noisy bar or crowded event might make it difficult to connect. Opt for a space that feels personal and intentional. Preparation also means knowing the details. Confirm the location, plan your timing, and think about logistics like parking or reservations. A smooth start sets a positive tone and shows that you've put effort into the date. Confidence often stems from being prepared, so anticipate potential hiccups and have a backup plan if needed. For instance, if the weather changes, you could suggest moving to a cozy indoor spot nearby. When the date begins, your demeanor is crucial. Confidence isn't about dominating the interaction, it's about showing up with a calm, composed energy that puts both of you at ease. Greet her warmly, make eye contact, and offer a genuine compliment. For example, "It's great to finally meet you, you look amazing." A sincere, well-placed compliment can break the ice and set a welcoming tone. Thoughtfulness goes a long way in making the date memorable. This isn't about grand gestures but small, meaningful actions that show you're paying attention. If she mentioned in a previous conversation that she loves desserts, you might suggest a place known for its pastries or surprise her with a dessert stop after dinner. These little touches signal that you're engaged and interested in making the experience special. A perfect first date balances preparation with spontaneity. Let me share the story of Mark and Sophia. Mark had planned a simple evening, a walk through a botanical garden followed by drinks at a nearby cafe. As they strolled through the garden, they stumbled upon a live music performance. Without hesitation, Mark suggested they stop to listen. The impromptu detour added an element of surprise and adventure to their date. Sophia later told him that the spontaneity made the evening feel unique and unforgettable. Engaging conversation is at the heart of any great first date. Focus on getting to know her by asking open-ended questions and sharing your own experiences. Avoid turning the conversation into an interview. Let it flow naturally, balancing questions with your own stories. Humor and lighthearted banter can also add a playful dynamic. For example, if you're choosing dishes at a restaurant, you could joke, "I'll let you pick. Just don't make me regret it." Nonverbal communication enhances the connection. Maintain open body language, face her directly, and lean in slightly when she's speaking. Avoid fidgeting or checking your phone, as these actions can signal disinterest. A genuine smile and steady eye contact show that you're fully present, reinforcing the connection you're building. Flexibility is another hallmark of a successful first date. While preparation is important, being adaptable to the moment shows confidence and ease. If something unexpected happens, like a venue change or an unplanned event, embrace it with a positive attitude. These unplanned moments often become the highlights of the evening, creating shared experiences that bring you closer. Ending the date gracefully is just as important as starting it. Express your gratitude for her time and let her know you enjoyed the evening. For example, "I had a great time with you tonight, it was even better than I expected." If you're interested in seeing her again, be clear and confident about it. "I'd love to do this again sometime. How about we plan something for next week?" Leaving her with a sense of your genuine interest sets the stage for a second date. Reflecting on the date afterward can also be valuable. Think about what went well and what you might improve for the future. Each date is an opportunity to learn and grow, helping you refine your approach and build stronger connections. Remember, even if the date doesn't lead to a second meeting, the effort you put into making it meaningful is never wasted. It's a step toward becoming the best version of yourself. A magnetic first date isn't about perfection, it's about being present, thoughtful, and adaptable. By combining preparation with genuine confidence, you create an experience that leaves a lasting impression. Women appreciate men who make them feel valued and comfortable, and these qualities are what set you apart. Let's continue building on these principles as you master the art of first date success. As we wrap up first date success, proven strategies to make her want more, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've covered and how you can carry these lessons forward. First dates hold the potential to ignite something meaningful, but success isn't about luck, it's about preparation, authenticity, and the confidence to show up as your best self. We've explored the importance of self-awareness and how confidence begins from within. By embracing your unique qualities, practicing vulnerability, and maintaining a positive mindset, you set the foundation for deeper connections. Remember, true confidence isn't about perfection, it's about showing up, embracing the moment, and trusting that who you are is enough. From mastering body language to crafting engaging conversations, you've learned how to create an atmosphere of ease and connection. You've seen how thoughtful preparation, attention to detail, and a touch of humor can turn a good date into a great one. These strategies aren't just tools for first dates, they're skills that will serve you in every aspect of your life. The key takeaway? Growth happens when you step outside your comfort zone. Whether it's initiating a conversation, sharing something personal, or trying something new, each effort builds your confidence and expands your possibilities. Rejection and missteps aren't failures. They're opportunities to learn, adjust, and come back stronger. Every interaction is a stepping stone toward becoming the man you want to be. Now, it's time for action. Confidence is like a muscle. It grows with consistent use. Start small if you need to. Smile at someone new, make a genuine compliment, or plan a thoughtful date. Celebrate your progress, no matter how minor it feels, because every step forward counts. Over time, these small actions compound, transforming not only your dating life but also your sense of self. Keep challenging yourself to grow. Seek out new experiences, meet different people, and embrace the journey. The skills you've learned here are just the beginning. There's always room to refine and improve. Stay curious, stay open, and remember that the process is as important as the outcome. Thank you for joining me on this journey. The strategies, stories, and insights we've explored are tools to help you succeed, but the real magic happens when you put them into practice. Confidence, connection, and meaningful relationships are within your reach. It all starts with taking that first step. If you found this audiobook valuable, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. See you on the next one.